The Moon, Sky, and You.
Wow. Yeah, thanks for coming back. Lee needed to pee so badly that he interrupted my flow state.
The Moon, Sky, and You.
Look at this fucking shit. Look at it. Look, you guys fucking see this shit? Look at this fucking shit. Look at that. There you go. Insane movie.
Genuinely, I think Dante and I both agree, and I'm sorry, Nick, that you weren't there, but the best movie we saw at Fantasia.
Yes. Not. It's kind of close, but not really close.
Mm-hmm. It's not close at all for me.
Okay, yeah, there you go.
Far.
It
is pretty far and above. Insane. Pretty good.
Yeah. But let's keep the audience teased and let's talk about what preceded it, which is Light It Up at 2 a.m.
Yeah.
We watched the Canadian premiere. It is by Jung Seok Yu. 19 minutes long, so it's a little too long for a short.
A bit long, yeah.
So what would you call it then? I thought it was short.
It's a short.
Something. Yeah, I mean, it's harder to get into festivals or stuff when you're over the 15 mark or even the 10 mark.
It was very good though.
Yeah,
that's
it didn't feel 20 minutes long.
It felt very short.
Yeah.
It was very good.
Based on a true story.
Based on a true story.
Yeah. Okay. About, Dante explained it before, but it's about this all-girls school where the headmistress is a little too strict. And I'm playing it light. She's a little too strict, but
so abusive. She's abusive.
But and then so a group of girls decide to light the school on fire at 2 a.m.
Mm-hmm.
And their logic is that, well, if the school's on fire, they have to unlock the doors, and once they unlock the doors, we'll run away.
Mm-hmm.
What ends up happening is no one unlocks the doors. The whole school burned down, and they don't say this explicitly, but presumably everyone dies.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. And it basically the headmistress was what kind of set it off was that they were trying to send letters to their boyfriends or whatever family, and the headmistress was going through them and not letting some of them through, and they kind of find in the garbage all their letters that they were trying to send out, and that's kind of the straw that broke the camel's back a bit.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So not letting. So allegedly, the headmistress was reading them, censoring them, and not mailing the ones that she felt needed to be censored.
Okay.
Yeah.
They end up finding all of their letters.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So the headmistress wasn't mailing it.
And the headmistress would beat them, slap them up,
yeah,
stuff like that if they weren't complying for no reason, stuff like that.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And it kind of goes with this. I don't know if I'd call it a poem, but this kind of saying where the main character is another character would say, "Oh, she was always scared of fire."
Yeah, yeah. So the head of the revolution, if you will,
Che Guevara, Korean Che Guevara. It's Korean or Korean.
Yeah, it's Korean. Was this girl who was allegedly always afraid of fire? So yes, it does become a mantra of the film, saying she was afraid of fire. So it was strange that she started it, or she was always afraid of fire, so it's strange that she lit it first, or it was over and over again.
Yeah, and it was very good shots. It was just super well made. It was beautiful. It looked very good. It was kind of like the building they were shooting at was kind of like an old dormitory building.
Okay.
But the look of it was old, but kind of getting overgrown by the surrounding nature of it. And I thought it was very cool looking. I loved it.
Yeah, it was ready to be lit on fire.
Oh, okay.
To me, it kept giving the impression that despite this place being lived in and functional, it was already past date. It was time to burn it and start anew.
Yeah,
that was the aesthetic.
And this is supposed to be a hairdressing school.
No,
but there was aspects of hairdressing, but I'm not sure if it was.
So it was an all girls career school.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So one of the careers was hairdressing. Okay. It was very stereotypical.
Yeah, and it was very good. I enjoyed it quite a lot.
It was beautiful.
If Dark was not so good, it might be my favorite short film of the thing.
Okay.
It was very on par with Dark. I just think Dark kind of hits my tastes a lot more than this film, but it was superbly made, very good. Very meaningful, very poetic in a very twisted way,
and a lot of handheld camera work. Very personal movie.
Very personal movie. Very good. I just liked it a lot. I don't know. Do you have anything else to say about Light It Up at 2 a.m.?
It's a cool title.
Very cool title.
Yeah. Very near montage in some. It was very quick editing,
Yeah.
but pulled off in a way that the film didn't feel rushed.
Okay.
Yeah.
So they managed to make this quick editing feel smooth. Very well made. Very, very good.
Cool.
Yeah, it was very good. I give it like a straight up 7.5, 8 out of 10.
I was going to say 7 out of 10, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, just a very good...
Well, 7 out of 10 means it's as good as New Life. It's a better movie than New Life, I find.
Yes.
So
I would rather watch Lights Up at 2 a.m. again than watch New Life again.
Yeah, so
Okay.
I give it an 8. I give it an 8.
Sounds cool.
very good.
It was
fun.
good. Yeah, it was good. It was
It's definitely one of the... Like, so all the movies we're talking about, especially for the audience, but also for you, but this is one of the movies that I highly recommend you should go watch. You know, The Abandoned, Dark, Daisy, this are movies you 100% should go watch. New Life you could watch if you want to. It's a good watch. Pandemonium, don't highly recommend.
Skip it.
Yeah, skip it.
Yeah, wait. If he gets the Netflix show, just watch that. If he doesn't, you're not missing much.
You're not missing much, but
But Light It Up at 2 a.m. was genuinely a very good movie.
yeah, and you should definitely seek it and go watch it.
Yeah.
But now the movie that followed it, The Moon, Sky, and You, the one we're freaking out about, you know, I genuinely think, like, I don't even have much, like, analysis of it. It's just, like, it was very colorful. It kind of switched between black and white and color.
So The Moon, Sky, and You
Yeah.
it was a student film.
Yeah.
It was this guy's graduation project.
Hey Yao Lin. Hey Yao Lin, yeah.
Hey Yao Lin.
Yeah.
And we cannot say his name enough because
Yeah, fucking
fantastic.
I'm gonna get Gil to do it. We're putting his Instagram in the bio because this movie, like Lee said, it's his graduate film.
Yeah.
No one's ever really seen it. It's not very popular. They didn't get a lot
Apart
of...
from his thesis defense, apart from his graduation hearing.
Yeah, which even then, like, we'll get into it, but they didn't play the whole thing.
Well, let's talk about it now. So a graduation project has to be a short.
Yeah.
And like you said, the short should be 15 minutes or less.
Max 30. Max 30 if you're
Yeah.
going to push it.
So
This is an hour long.
it's an hour and 2 minutes, I think. I think it's 62 minutes.
62 minutes,
So this guy just said fuck it.
You said fuck it.
And during the Q&A, he explained that the reason he made his graduation project 47 minutes longer than it should be is because he feels like in Hong Kong, as a filmmaker, this might be the last chance he ever gets to make a film. So he wanted to make the film.
He wanted to make.
Yeah, he wanted to do it justice. And during his graduate hearing, during his thesis defense, after the 15-minute mark, his professor gave him a look and smiled at him, and he kind of gave him a look like, yeah, I get it, and they cut it.
Yeah, and they cut it.
So the first 15 minutes of this movie have been seen by the Fantasia Film Festival, and his
whoever was at his graduation.
his class, his council, whoever was there to see his thesis, and the other 47 minutes have been seen by no one else but us.
Yeah. And fuck, was it so worth it. It was like, that's why we're talking so much about the movie and the guy, because we really want this movie to get out there.
Yeah.
We feel like it deserves so much more of an audience than what we, like, the 50 people that were in that room.
Yeah, and his statement at the end of the film about him doing this much for this student project because he feels like he'll never make a movie again.
Yeah.
Incredibly sad.
I even told him, we walked by him for New
Yeah.
Life, and I said, hey bro, you can't stop making movies. I'll die if you stop making. That's what I told him. I said, if you stop making movies, I'm gonna die. Your movies are fucking amazing.
Because genuinely, I mean, we were talking about Ron Carway before.
Yeah.
In the Mood for Love and Chungking Express, and this movie is insane. It's got notes of Wong Kar-wai, it's got notes of Tarantino, it's got notes of Sion Sono. Like, it's as if Wong Kar-wai directed a movie that was written by Quentin Tarantino, that was edited by Sion Sono. Like, it is fucking batshit crazy, but so pure and so emotional. And it
doesn't take itself. It's not pretentious. It doesn't take itself too seriously.
It's so good.
It's like a masterpiece. Like, if this movie was a full length feature, it might be one of my favorite movies ever made. Straight up. And so I guess we get into the plot.
Okay, so the majority. Well, I was taking notes. eventually, I realized that this movie's nuts.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And so instead of taking commentary notes, I started jotting down plot points.
Okay.
Interesting.
To keep track of the movie, because it is kind of all over the place.
Mm-hmm.
And to a lot of viewers, I'm sure that's jarring.
Okay.
But
Oh, it's done so good.
it is done very well, and for an experienced audience, this is why I mentioned Sion Sono. If you've seen, we covered an anti-porno.
Yeah.
And if you've seen Tag, and if you've seen The Force of Love, which is his Netflix project, which is very good, they're all edited in a very similar way. Including, they're edited in a similar way that The Moon, Sky, and You is edited, and that it's kind of all over the place. It jumps back and forth between time, it jumps back and forth between perspectives, but
Yeah. Colors too.
if you're attentive, it is not confusing.
Okay.
Yeah.
It might be distracting.
It requires your attention,
Yes.
but it rewards you for it.
Yes.
Okay.
Very
Yeah.
much so.
Yeah. So the intro, it starts with two girls and a guy. They're sharing a cigarette, and they're discussing life, basically. And there's a fish bowl in the guy's chest with a fish in it. And it cuts then to this dude and his mother having dinner, and they have a food fight, which is very comical, but there's an undertone of serious conflict between mother and son.
Yeah.
And the father's portrait is on the wall. So it's implied that the father has either left or passed.
Mm-hmm.
And then the fish gets involved. This infamous goldfish that's throughout the film is a recurring character and is a very important theme and motif and yada yada yada, and this is the introduction to the fish.
Mm-hmm.
And then eventually it cuts to the son, the male lead, back at the dinner table, and now next to the picture of his father is the picture of his mother. So presumably the mother has also passed her life.
Mm-hmm.
And it's very sad, but the fish is still there. And then there's this B plot going on about these what I've consistently called them in my notes, girls with guns.
Okay.
Oh fuck yes, dude.
And it's these high school schoolgirls in like traditional. I mean, I guess it's
Japanese.
It's in Hong Kong, but it felt very Japanese to me too.
Yeah, Japanese kind of school
based on my
uniform.
exposure, right? The skirt, the sailor, high school uniform.
And they're just fucking busting caps, man.
Yeah, they're assassins. They're fucking blowing brains.
Okay.
It's this weird B plot that isn't explained but recurs more and more heavily, of these girls with guns. And this fish, which is presumably the fish that the main character has, is flushed down the high school toilet.
Okay.
By these girls with guns.
Mm-hmm.
And then a bunch of regular high school drama occurs where the boy brings the fish to school and the girl plays with the fish, and the boy and the girl have this kind of like flirtatious yet teasing high school.
Yeah.
You know how kids in high school flirt. They're not really flirting, but they're
passive aggressively.
Right, exactly. Yeah, you can sense
like
as adults. You can sense the sexual tension.
I love that I took these plot points because the plot is actually kind of hard to explain.
Yeah.
Okay.
And it is kind of all over the place, and it's not like a crazy concrete plot where there's like a beginning, a climax, a middle, and end. You know, it's kind of like this journey these two characters go with each other.
Yeah.
And there's not too much plot. Like it's kind of like just this kind of thing that they do, and they get to a certain point, and there's no like a prime objective. You know that we can.
Yeah.
The objective's kind of vague, and it's no like end. You know, it's just kind of like how they go on. So yes, please continue.
So the girls with guns. There's three of them. There's the main girl, who is the love interest of the boy with the fish.
Okay.
Presumed love interest.
Okay.
There's the secondary girl, who is the girl that dies during an assassin mission.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then there's a third girl, who's
I call her bitch face girl.
I call her short-haired girl, because I wasn't trying to be mean. And she disapproves of the relationship of the boy and the main girl.
Mm-hmm.
And she seems jealous, I thought.
Yeah.
Of the fish.
Okay.
Which is an important piece.
Mm-hmm.
And,
yeah.
so then there's this whole scene where the boy and the girl and the fish, the main boy, the main girl and the fish, conduct this assassination mission. Their prize is a briefcase full of ice and 3 ice cream cones.
Cornettos, like drumsticks. We're getting
which
into
I
it.
which I felt presumably, and I wrote a note of, might have been a reference to Edgar Wright's.
I thought it was pretty blatant
trilogy.
reference.
Yeah.
Okay.
So then, the short-haired girl disapproves. She brings the attention of this discrepancy to their high school teacher, who is presumably the leader of this assassination group, this all-girls assassination group.
Okay.
And this is where it gets kind of complicated and starts jumping more and more. So there's this standoff with the teacher, the main girl, and the short-haired girl.
And the goldfish.
And the goldfish.
Yes. Goldfish is very important.
The goldfish and the teacher die. The goldfish is replaced with a fake fish.
Yeah.
Okay.
The main girl and the main boy and the fake fish escape. The short-haired girl, presumably, is jealous of the relationship and chases them. There's no explicit chase, but it's sort of implied because the movie terminates with this montage scene of the main girl and the main boy in this abandoned edifice with this fake fish. They abandon the fake fish because it's a fake fish. They're over it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
What's more important is the relationship now. And then it cuts to the short-haired girl, and there's a montage of her being jealous, and we'll get into the details of that later. And then the finale is them on a beach, and there's a standoff, like a Mexican-style standoff.
Between the bitch-faced girl and the main girl.
Yeah, you face each other, 10 paces, turn and shoot type shit. And the short-haired girl kills the main girl, and then the main boy walks into the ocean with her corpse.
Yeah.
And then an animation of the fish jumps over them, and the movie ends.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and
that's kind of the
that's the
broad
basic
strokes.
synopsis, right?
I felt like I was going on too long, so I skipped a few beats, but that's pretty much the main strokes.
That's pretty much the structure of the movie.
Okay.
Yeah.
But fuck, man, the points in between are so fucking good.
Mm-hmm.
Like they're in this tunnel, right? And it's the girl, the main girl, the fish, the main boy, and the bitch face girl.
This is before the midpoint. This is before we find out the teacher is the mastermind of the assassination group.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, we assume she's a part of the assassination group, but we don't actually know the lore. He leaves out a lot of the lore behind the assassination group and stuff like that. But one of my favorite scenes in the whole movie is when she's pointing a gun at. What was it? She's pointing it like they're in the tunnel.
So there's a Mexican standoff scene where the short-haired girl is pointing the gun at the main girl, and the main girl is pointing a gun at the short-haired girl.
Okay.
And then the short-haired girl passes a gun to the boy to test him.
Yeah.
Who you know?
And he says, "Point the gun at the girl," and she's pointing the gun at him.
Okay.
She's like, "Point the gun at the girl, or I kill the fish." And it was fucking funny.
Yeah.
It's hilarious.
So it's like kill your love interest, or I kill your fish.
Yeah. But it was kind of jokingly done. It was so funny.
Yeah. But at the same time, genuinely heart-wrenching.
Yeah. But it was so good. It was just so good.
And then the climax of that scene is that the girl counts down, so the boy at the end of the countdown points the gun to the short-haired girl.
And starts clicking, but the gun's empty.
It's unloaded, right?
Yeah.
So then she's like,
whatever.
You're cool.
You got the opposite.
You're uncool.
Yeah, because she
Fucking
gave him
pussy,
the gun. You fucking, you failed.
The best parts of these movies are these in-betweens of these plot points. They're so good.
Yeah.
They're so fucking well done. It's just like, the performances were amazing. The shots were amazing.
Yeah.
The colors were amazing.
It's one of those movies where we genuinely can't do it justice.
You
and this is why I mentioned Sion Sono. It's like Tag by Sion Sono. Like it's edited in such a way where describing it in words is impossible.
Yeah, if we can, if it ever gets released anywhere, we're gonna post it in the description.
Yeah,
it's a must see. You have to watch the fucking movie.
Well,
you guys have to watch the fucking movie.
What happened on my end was you guys were raving about it so much, it's like, fuck man, I gotta go see this fucking movie, right?
Yeah.
You guys said, hey, why you rate the Fantasia? So I emailed them. Said, hey,
wait, what? I didn't know you did this. What?
Yeah, so I sent them
What
a big
happened?
email. I wrote a nice little paragraph about it, explaining the situation and everything. I said, if there's any way I can see it, I know it's not screening anymore. If there's any way I can get something, I'll go to the school, do anything. Thank you very much. Wrote back like 3 days later, said, no, there's no more screenings.
that's it.
That's it.
Dude.
Okay. Well, thanks.
Well,
guys.
I have the guy on Instagram.
Yeah, we followed.
Hey, Al Lin.
Yeah.
I found him.
So
Let's rate
Dante,
him.
I follow him and he follows me back.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
He follows the Monolith account too. He follows us.
He followed Monolith?
He follows the podcast, yeah.
No way, I didn't know he followed
Yeah,
podcasts.
he followed the podcast
Oh,
too.
we should have him always in town.
Yeah.
We'll watch
Well, he's,
him.
I'll
He
listen-
left.
He left.
He
But
He
I
posted
didn't know he
stories.
followed the fucking...
He followed us back. He did.
Okay.
We might be able to get him to send us like a private Vimeo link
That
so
would
you
be
can
great.
watch it.
I mean, I'd love
Oh,
to.
if we can. Bro, it's so fucking amazing.
Yeah.
Genuinely,
But if you get that, we're watching it together over here. Like, we gotta watch it together. Like, it's so...
Dude,
I can't believe you did that, but what the fuck?
dude, fuck that, dude. I'll fucking rent a theater and watch on the
Oh my god, dude.
it is genuinely so fucking good.
Like, it's
And like we're not doing it justice, but like if
that's the problem, is that
it's so
us
fucking
talking
good.
about it, describing the movie in words, is a task of the gods. It's like impossible to do.
yeah. So my
Because it's not a plot heavy movie. There's not a lot of plot elements. It's just such a beautiful.
it's all feels.
It sounds very
It's all.
stylish.
It's not just all feel. It's like it's very coming of age kind of movie.
Yeah.
But it's like it's a very simple plot. It's just like all these things in between, all these little moments. So fucking beautiful, man. It's just like.
So that was my main interpretation of the film.
Yeah. Another thing I really liked about it is that it transitioned from black and white to color a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that was cool.
But it didn't do it like as flashback. Like sometimes it did. Sometimes it didn't. Sometimes it transitioned black and white to color like in the same scene.
Okay, yeah.
So,
But it was very tastefully done.
Yeah.
It was very tastefully done. Like it was just like
yeah. So I was gonna dive into my interpretation, but that's a good segue into favorite shots because my favorite shot is that switch.
oh, when they're walking through the garden.
When they're in it's sort of like a junkyard scene.
Yeah, like a garden junkyard.
And there's this dude, we don't know who he is. He's holding the goldfish jar. And this is after I think the third
It's
gun with
leading
girl.
towards the third act of the movie.
Okay.
The end of the movie, yeah.
The third girl with gun has died already.
Mm-hmm.
And the short-haired girl is egging the main girl on to kill the guy holding the goldfish. And in doing so, as a show of her authority, fires a shot into the air.
Mm-hmm.
And this whole sequence has been black and white. And the second she fires that shot into the air,
Yes.
the whole frame cuts the color.
That's cool.
Same shot,
Very cool.
switch
Yeah.
the color.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, super, dude, so sick.
Yeah.
So sick.
So
Yeah.
sick.
Incredible.
Absolute favorite shot.
There was good action
Favorite scene
sequences too,
of
like
the,
where
Oh,
she would fight against, like, the main girl would fight against, like, a bunch of other hitmen in, like,
hey.
in, like, a John Wick sequence.
Yeah.
And there was, like, the main guy with the gold is dancing with
Yeah.
the goldfish.
Yeah.
Because she's like, do you know how to dance? And
So-
they're like on the run a little bit, and they're camping out in this, like, abandoned spot.
Okay.
And they're kind of having, like, a touching moment of camping out together. But then they feel like there's, like, assassins coming for them. So she's like, can you dance? So they start dancing. And he continues to dance, but mid-dance, she stops and she starts fighting with these motherfuckers.
so sick.
So
Yeah,
good.
that's
And it's foreshadowed by this intro scene of the three of them smoking
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
and talking about, can you dance? And like, oh yeah, like, I love dancing. And it's like, oh yeah, you only dance because you feel young. And it's like there's this whole thing about dancing and
Oh, man.
how dancing makes you feel and everything. And like,
Yeah.
Like, this movie makes me want to be
ah,
a teenager again.
It's so sick.
Makes me want to be in
so
high school
sick.
again.
And genuinely, like, in Ex Machina,
Mm-hmm.
that dance scene where he's dancing with his robot assistant,
Yeah.
and like all these movies with these random dance sequences.
Yeah.
Pulp Fiction.
This is the best
Okay.
of all.
Oh, yeah.
of
Oh,
those.
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
It
yeah.
is so fucking cool. Just this dude, and he's like
He's like along for this ride. He's just like this nerdy kid with this goldfish.
this
And
nerdy-
he's like in love with this girl who's a hitman. And she's like fucking up all the other hitman for the sake of love, bro. It's fucking amazing.
Just
And the
like-
goldfish, dude. Like,
then-
the goldfish is such an important character, but he's just a fucking goldfish in a bowl. That's it.
and he's the dude's like not a good dancer. He's not a dancer,
No.
but he's
He's trying.
despite
Gives it his all.
this being a student film,
Yeah.
and despite this kid probably being paid nothing,
Yeah.
he is dancing so genuinely.
Oh, yeah.
And like it's good. He's
Yeah.
dancing well. It's fucking awesome.
Like,
This
the
scene of him dancing, and then these like ski mask assassins coming in, and this high school girl fucking kicking their asses while this kid's just dancing in the background. It's so fucking cool.
I think that the best part about this movie that it's so genuine.
Yeah.
It's so beautiful. Like, not even just in shots. Like, just the what's happening is beautiful. You know, and it's just like it just brings me back to my first love, and it just feels like that. It's just like it was just great, you know.
Yeah.
And it's just it's so like I just can't rave more about this movie. Like I'm so pissed that so little people got to watch it. The audience awards came out for it. I voted for this movie.
Yeah,
I think Lee also did.
didn't win.
I don't think it came close to winning.
Nothing we watched won.
Nothing we watched won.
Really?
Yeah.
But I voted for The Moon, Sky, and You. But I'm pissed because I'm just like, this movie was so fucking amazing. And I feel like if you're a cinephile or you're into movies, this is the movie for you. Like it's just totally.
And like the director's like, I mean, he even has a reference to fucking Macbeth in this movie.
Yeah.
Like it's not just this throwaway fucking bullshit student project. Like it's well. This guy knows cinema. You know what I mean?
He knows what he's doing. Like
he really does.
Like it's very masterful.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say it's as crisp as The Abandoned or like New Life.
That's just terms of budget, because like.
But it's just budget. Yeah. But this guy, if he had that budget, it'd be fucking crisp. Like it'd be so fucking amazing. Yeah.
The scene I'm talking about is the hand washing, where Macbeth after the murder he washes his hand. Like he still sees blood and he keeps washing his hand.
Yeah, there was a scene like that. There was a reference to that. Yeah.
Yeah. But no, it's so fucking good.
And the fish originally shows up because it got flushed down the toilet and it came up through someone else's toilet, and that's how they got the fish.
Okay.
And the whole movie they're just covered in blood, and there's fish and the goldfish, like the goldfish is just a character, and it's just so fucking funny. And at one point they're doing this hitman mission, and the guy is covering, like, body blocking the guy she's trying to kill, and she's pointing at her boyfriend while the guy she's trying to kill is behind him, and he's holding the goldfish, right? And then I forgot what happens, but she shoots the guy, he drops the goldfish, and then for like a good portion of the movie, he has the goldfish in in a plastic bag with water in it, right?
Yeah.
Oh man, like I just can't. I don't know what else to say about this movie. It's just so amazing. It's hard to describe.
And throughout, there's a recurring quote that I believe the main character says, where he says and I wrote it down because
I forgot what it was.
Is to feel the tenderest parts of life, you must live through the cruelest.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it was very like.
And in terms of theme, like this movie is it at its base, despite this whole hitman subtext, is a coming of age story.
Yeah.
And my interpretation was that this hitman B plot is a metaphor for the trials and tribulations of adolescence.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Right. You know, when you're a teenager, everything feels high stakes.
Yeah.
It feels like you're a fucking
life and death.
Yeah. You lose a friend, it feels like they fucking died.
Yeah.
You know,
you for your first breakup feels like that.
Yeah, exactly. You know? Your friend is jealous of you. It feels like they want to fucking kill you.
Yeah.
You know, like all of that is what resonated to me, and that it feels very much like just a metaphor. It's a very metaphorical story for just life as a teenager.
But it's done in such a different way from everything else.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And it's done in such a better way than everything else. Like it doesn't, like when Lee says that, like that's the interpretation we get, but it's like you don't feel that when you're watching a movie. Oh, no space on the memory card. Okay.
Oh.
Well, we'll continue on the thing.
Yeah.
It doesn't feel like that when you're watching it. It's kind of like what you think about after. Mm-hmm. And it's just and what I like so much about it is that it's a come of age story, but it doesn't have like a particularly happy ending either.
Yeah.
You know, the girl gets shot and dies. And we don't know if she actually dies yet, but we assume she dies because the guy carries her into the ocean while she's still alive there, but she's like bleeding out from her wound. And it's just so good. Like I don't know what to say about it. Yeah. Like it's hard to analyze. It's like Sion Sono. It's like Tag. It's like I found it like a lot of the colors were like In the Mood for Love. You know. Mm-hmm. Did you think that?
Oh, absolutely.
Absolutely.
It's heavily influenced. I mean, Wong Kar-wai is probably the most prominent Hong Kong director.
Yeah, of course.
And there's no chance.
It's no chance not influenced by that.
Right, exactly. You can see it throughout the film Heavily.
And I have a fucking strong penchant for high school Asian girls with guns. Big fucking time, dude.
It's a motif I can't get enough of.
Yeah, me fucking neither,
absolutely.
dude. Me fucking neither.
Yeah, and so the last phrase of the movie is, so the fish's name is Nemo.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the fish named Nemo movie.
Which I don't know, Finding Nemo. There's obviously that whole motif as well. Mm-hmm. I don't know how prominent it is in terms of referencing the actual movie, or if it's just about how you're lost in adolescence.
Mm-hmm. I think the Nemo thing is just they just called it Nemo because it's a goldfish.
Yeah, maybe that too.
That too. I don't know. I feel like this movie doesn't take itself too fucking seriously. That's what I liked about it too.
But the last thing said is, I think, from the voice of the main boy, he says, "By the way, I am Nemo." Mm-hmm. And during the Q&A, the director explained that the goldfish appeared in the script after. The script was already read in like the 7th or 11th. I don't know, those numbers rhyme, so I'm not sure which one it was. In one of those iterations.
I think it's the 11th.
11th? And in the 11th iteration of the script, the goldfish appeared.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then the director explained that it was kind of an insert for himself in the film. In that, like he's there, he's witnessing it all, and he's what's bringing everything together, but he actually has no control over the events of the movie.
Okay.
How amazing is that, dude? How amazing is that?
Yeah, so that was it. What I felt the fish was the.
I felt like it was like the briefcase in Pulp Fiction. You know?
Right, yeah. So, but in terms of my interpretation of the movie being an exploration of the adolescent experience, the goldfish is the source of emotion. Because when you're a teenager, you feel these things and you feel these emotions and you can't quite place them.
Yeah.
But to have this goldfish as the symbol there, it's at once between this main boy and the girl a symbol of love.
Yeah.
They both, instead of loving each other, love this goldfish together. Okay, yeah. Because it's too hard for them to admit that they love each other because they're not experienced enough yet to understand what that means. Mm-hmm. And at the same time, this short-haired girl is jealous of the goldfish instead of being jealous of the boy for stealing her best friend away. Okay, yeah. So the goldfish to me is just the source of angst amongst these teenagers, and it's this... this focus for teenage emotion and for the feelings you have coming of age.
Sounds very layered.
Oh, it's so sick.
Yeah, it's so sick.
It was so cool.
It's not even like
write this fucking guy on Instagram. We'll get him going.
It was so fucking. It's such a good fucking. I couldn't literally I went into this. I was like, oh, it's a student film, whatever. We'll watch.
Yeah, me too. I was like,
okay.
It's always just going to be something I immediately watch on our spare time because we have nothing else to do.
It'll be cool.
And it was fucking amazing. Like it was like I'm pissed it's not winning awards. I'm pissed not enough people know about this movie. I'm pissed you can't watch it. I'm pissed that it's not that he might not make any other movies. Like it's just like I'm on a mission to make this guy a big director.
Because he genuinely deserves it because this movie was insane.
This movie was incredible. Good. He should he shot on all the other movies we watch and they're big budget fucking movies,
Do you have anything else to say?
Fuck, I have a lot to say. It's all jumbled, dude. It's just.
Can I say the very few things I didn't like about the movie?
Excuse me?
Yeah.
Okay, go.
I have literally 2 notes.
Okay.
First of all, the subtitles. They were translated by a Chinese person and not by an English person.
No.
So there was a decent amount of mistakes.
Okay, yeah.
I don't give a fuck about that.
I don't know. I love grammar.
You're too much of an academic.
Yes, I am. So to me, that was like, okay, if you're gonna release the movie at Fantasia in North America,
have someone
get someone. Like no budget.
Okay, dude, fucking text me. I would have fucking edited this for him for free.
Okay, what's your next criticism?
The combat sound. Corny as fuck.
Yeah.
The punches were like it was fucking like Dude,
Dude,
no,
dude.
it was fucking stupid. Like all the combat, all the action
Thank God it's
sounds.
only in like kind of one part of the movie.
Yes.
So.
Yeah. It wasn't too prominent or too frequent, but the few times it did happen, it absolutely pulled me out of the movie, and I was like, this is fucking stupid.
That's your only criticisms?
Those are my only two notes. Those are my only two negative notes of the entire fucking movie.
I don't care about the grammar and the sound effects. Yeah, I found it cheesy, but like I was also kind of like low budget, whatever. You know, can't find the sound effects.
Yeah, wait a few years and you get the remastering.
Maybe. Yeah.
I don't have a lot of criticism. I don't think I have any criticisms about the movie. I just wish it was longer. Yeah. I wish it was a full-length feature with budget. That's it. Like I think budget would have made those sound effects better. Yeah. I think the soundtrack too was amazing. And he found all the shit, those fucking royalty-free fucking shit. He was scouring websites to find a soundtrack. Yeah.
That was another question during the Q&A was like, where'd you get the music for this film? Because the soundtrack was fucking amazing.
Okay. Yeah. And he's like something.com, some other .com, just royalty-free shit. And I'm like, what?
All just public domain.
And they're trying to Shazam half these fucking songs and I can't get them. And, you know?
It was funny.
And I don't have much criticisms about the movie at all, other than I want it to be a full-length feature. And
so what is a feature? How long does a feature length have to be?
I think feature is anything over 60 though, really.
So
I think full-length feature would be like an hour and a half minimum.
Yeah. I mean, that's like your standard is 90 minutes.
Yeah, 90 minutes.
Or 75 even.
If he dug more deep into the lore of the Hitman, actually, I don't even think I want him to.
No, me neither.
I don't even think I want him to. And I have a theory that the Hitman mom, the Hitman like the big boy Hitman teacher,
the teacher,
is the guy's mom.
Well, it was the same actor.
It was the same actress.
The actor who played the main boy's mother.
And she dies, so I'm like, okay, she died. That's why the poster of the mom is now up when they're eating dinner.
I thought, that's what I thought too.
Yeah.
But then the teacher is the same actor. And it's unclear whether or not it's the same character.
Okay.
Yeah.
I didn't see the connection at all. I assumed they were two different characters, but Dante seems to think they might be related.
They might be the same character. It might be his mom is the hitman god, you know. Mm-hmm. But I have no criticisms of the movie really. Actually, there's one I have is like, you know when it kept going to black and we thought the movie was over.
That's true. Back? There was at least like two false endings.
Dips to black and then
dips to black for like a good 30 seconds and it comes back to the movie.
Yeah, so like after the whole dance sequence fight scene montage.
Yeah.
And then there's a montage of them in that abandoned building doing a carousel. Makeshift carousel.
Actually, that's also one scene I didn't like. I didn't like the carousel that much.
I loved it.
I liked the meaning of it. I like what was behind it. But I feel like if they just went to the beach and had that moment on the beach, it would have been better.
Sure. So then,
because it's kind of drawing. They're on top of like a terrace of a building.
Yeah.
On this carousel, then right after that, it goes to the beach.
Well, so it cuts from the carousel to that third girl with a gun who died early on in the movie, holding the goldfish in a bowl,
and then it fades up,
waving to the moon. So that's presumably them in heaven waving to the main characters.
And they're facing the camera, so they're waving up and you're looking at the camera. Mm-hmm. And then that's when it fades to black again.
Right. Fades to black and then it cuts to short-haired girl in a very seductive red dress, dancing alone with a bunch of mannequins, shooting her gun and dancing. To me,
was that short-haired girl or was that main girl?
That was short-haired girl.
Okay.
Which to me was an expression of her loneliness in response to her previous best friend / assassin comrade falling for this boy in the goldfish.
Yeah.
And then that's the first fade. So it fades after the wave. I'm like, oh, okay, beautiful ending. And then it's this girl in the red dress dancing. I'm like, oh, okay, there's more. And then it fades again. I'm like, oh, okay, that was actually a good ending too. And then it's them at the beach. And then there's the shoot off. And
that was also a great ending.
And then, so there's like kind of three endings.
Yeah.
And those are all back to back to back.
Straight back to back to back.
That's the only criticism I have of the movie. Otherwise...
Yeah, and the only fade to blacks in the entire movie.
Okay. Yeah.
So like it fades to black, shot, fade to black, shot, fade to black, shot, and then it ends. Mm-hmm. So it's kind of like, oh, it's over. Oh. It's over. Oh. Oh, okay, now it's over.
Actually, my biggest problem with the movie is that they didn't kiss. I wanted to kiss so bad.
Yeah, he leaned in towards me at least 3 times during that movie.
They better kiss.
They fucking better kiss.
And whenever it faded to black, I was like, oh. Then it comes back, I'm like, oh, okay, they can kiss now.
Yeah.
Oh. Well, they're on the beach. Oh, they're going to kiss on the beach. She gets shot. I'm like, oh, carry her, kiss her while you're carrying her. That doesn't happen.
Yeah.
But then, I figure it doesn't really need to happen that much. But I would have liked it for myself. But that's the only criticism I have of this movie. Otherwise, it was fucking incredible. One of my favorite movies of the year. Probably my favorite movie of the year.
It fucking might be, yeah.
It might be. It might be one of my favorite movies of all time. I just have to watch it again.
Okay, favorite shot?
Fuck, this is a hard one, man. There's a lot of fucking good ones, dude. You go first. I feel like you have it in your head already.
Yeah, me, it's either the dude dancing or the gunshot switch from black and white to color.
I like that one a lot. I also like the one where she's like, or I'll kill the goldfish.
Yeah.
But there's a lot of them, man.
Even
there's
the wave, the third girl holding the goldfish.
The wave was whatever.
To me, it's composed so well.
I loved him carrying her into the water.
Yeah.
That was a great shot, too.
Yeah.
A lot of fuck... Oh, I love when they're smoking cigarettes. It was great.
Yeah.
There's so many good shots. There's a lot of really good shots.
It's a beautiful movie.
Yeah. What do you give it out of 10?
10.
10 out of 10.
You give it a 10?
It's fucking perfect. It's so fucking good.
I was about to give it a 9, but I guess I'll give it a 10 too.
It's so fucking good.
Unheard of.
Genuinely,
it's
so
a
fucking
10.
good.
Yeah, it's a 10.
So fucking good.
Like I gave Mulholland Drive a 10.
I think so. Yeah.
And I like this movie more than Mulholland Drive.
Wow.
Yeah.
No, it's fucking good.
I mean, I haven't seen this movie, and I like it more than Mulholland Drive.
No, but I really like Mulholland Drive. That's like one of my favorite movies ever.
Okay, yeah.
And this movie, I liked it a lot.
No, this thing blew me away, man. Like it's literally
this movie almost cured my depression. How good it was.
It's Quentin Tarantino, it's Wong Kar-wai, and it's Sion Sono. The best parts of all 3 of those directors.
Yeah.
Put into one fucking movie.
Really?
And it's this guy's student project. Like to me, that's insane. It is so fucking good.
The only thing that can make it better for me is if it feels longer. But it might not even actually be the case.
Yeah.
It might just be perfect how it is.
Yeah.
Maybe the only thing that make it perfect for me is if they kiss. That's it. Otherwise, it's a 10. It's a straight 10.
So maybe it's not perfect. So maybe 9.5. Maybe it's not perfect.
Ooh.
But
I'm changing the voter. But I mean, not since fucking Heart of Glass have we had 2 10s.
I think it's 10. I'm still gonna give it a 10 because, it's not perfect. Yes, it's not perfect, but it's also a fucking student film.
True.
It's also a fucking student with 0 budget.
Mm-hmm.
And we're the only people that fucking seen it.
Yeah.
In the fucking world.
It's a 10, man.
It's
like,
10.
It's been so long since I've seen a movie that has affected me so profoundly.
Me too.
It's a fucking 10. Like it's so fucking
like
good.
I think both me and Lee haven't stopped thinking about this movie since we started.
Really?
Yeah. At least I haven't. I've been waiting to talk about it on the podcast.
Okay.
I cannot wait to watch it again. Like I'm gonna message this fucking guy.
You sure? I'd like to see the fucking movie.
And I'm gonna be like, hey, we reviewed your movie on our podcast. We need to watch it again because we love it so much.
Yeah.
And we will die if we don't get to watch it. And you know what I think would be too cool too is that if we do a follow-up episode of your reaction to it.
I think we should have the fucking guy on Zoom or something too if he's in fucking Hong Kong or wherever.
Hey, if we can, that'd be
awesome.
awesome.
If we can, bro. Like that'd be
great.
Like I really, it pains me so much that he might not make movies again because if he can, I feel like he could be like a top 10 director.
Oh yeah.
Like not of all time, but like if he continues going how he's going, continues making movies, he's gonna be up there. We're gonna be talking about this fucking guy for a while. Yeah, it's just like insane, fucking insane, dude. It's unbelievable. Unbelievable. I don't even know what to say about it.
Yeah. Well, that's
is there any other reviews on it on Letterboxd of the
No, there's not. That was Fantasia. That was the Fantasia Film Festival.
Yeah.
We didn't read any Letterboxd reviews because it was a world premiere for most of these movies.
Yeah.
So there isn't any really reviews apart from our own.
Well, thanks for having us, Fantasia. Thanks for the
absolutely.
Yeah, thanks for everything.
Tickets. Yeah.
Thanks for showing me a movie that I'm gonna fucking die with.
An amazing experience. Well, how about this? How about we rate the Fantasia experience out of 10?
I'd say like an 8 out of 10.
Okay.
I love Fantasia. I like going.
7.5, 8.
I wish there was more shit I can do convention wise.
I agree.
Like at a hall.
Yeah.
Otherwise, I wish they give us more passes. I wish they treated us like a fucking podcast, like we are, like media, like we deserve to be. You know.
Yeah.
But if I tried the popcorn, I think I could rate it higher, maybe.
Oh,
I don't like this cover art. They've done way better cover arts in the past.
Yeah, Nine-Tailed Fox.
This looks like a talented, 15-year-old did this. You know what I mean? It's like some anime shit. But it looks like a talented 15-year-old. Otherwise, I love Fantasia. I like going every year. I wish they had better merch, but that's about it. What would you rate it out of 10?
Yeah, 8 out of 10. I mean, it's the first time I've gone, so I don't have much to compare to. The only other convention I've been to is like video game conventions, and this was nothing like it.
Yeah.
I enjoyed this far more, but that's probably because I enjoy film more.
What would you rate Fantasia experience?
I'd give it a 7.5, 8.
Yeah.
7.5, 8?
Yeah.
Alright.
Well,
that's it.
Thank you so much for listening to the Monolith Films podcast.
Yes, thank you.
You can catch us anywhere you can get your podcasts. Spotify, Apple Podcasts, YouTube, literally anywhere. Instagram at Monolith Films Podcast.
At Monolith Film Pod.
At Monolith Film Pod.
Email us
if you're on a thing that can comment, we'd like to hear your thoughts about these movies if you've seen them, or what movies you'd like us to review.
We'd love comments. We'd love it.
Love comments. Comment as much as you can. Like and subscribe. Comment. Follow us everywhere where you can get your podcasts. I'm your host Dante. This is Lee and Nick Gillum, and we'll see you next time. And fucking, if you can, watch The Moon, Sky, and You. Shout out to Hey Yao Lin. Well, we're gonna figure something out. We're gonna get it done. Right? We're on the mission. We're getting it done. All right. Don't worry about China. We're on the mission. We're doing it. That's good. Monolith Film Podcast.